And right now I'd like to introduce, once again, it's been a long time, good friend of mine, LeRoy Brown from Research Deluxe Records. First time I met him, he did a show here with his live band called the Cowtones.
That's right.
One of the best shows that we've ever had here on Filter Sunshine.
Well, I appreciate that, and we, all of us definitely do.
Hell yeah. And as I mentioned, he's got a brand new album coming out tomorrow.
Right. Yep.
In about half an hour, actually.
Yeah. Definitely should be live everywhere, worldwide. 700 stores, 180 countries.
Wow.
Yeah, all the big ones, though, and a bunch of little niche distributors. So all your favorite spots should be there.
Very nice.
Yep.
And give the listeners a little bit of a background as to, for the album, what you've done, how you got involved with it, whatnot.
Well, the album, pretty much, it's actually older sessions, and as far as the release date's a little bit backed up as far as what it should have been or prospected, what the prospected date was going to be. It's actually a compilation of sessions from around roughly 2003 to 2006. I put it together then in the end of 2006, finished it in early 2007. Did like a small promo run of that, some CDs, kind of just more like a white label kind of approach to it. Mm-hmm. About a year later, me and Doug Thorough, Brian actually from High Poetics, we put together Research Deluxe.
Right.
And so that was about a year later. So I figured at that point, why rush anything? Let's get the label up to speed and just use that. And that actually turned out to be the first release. So DLX 001.
Nice.
It's kind of it's got a lot of personal things on it. There's it's kind of a time of my life, like coming of age in a sense. I ups and downs. My mom passed away, and kind of I started working on those tracks more and more heavier after that happened, and then that kind of transferred into everything. And so it, personally, I felt like I had to put it out still, even though it's kind of not like past news, but.
Right.
You know where I'm coming from, kind of. It's not as fresh as like.
I think it is. I heard it when we first met. It's definitely. I think it is. I think it's definitely. Fresh.
I agree. It's definitely fresh material. It's current with the times for sure. Actually, because I came here to Florida, I lived here from 2006 to 2009. Coming from upstate New York. So a lot of these tracks were made in upstate New York, but mixed down and mastered in Florida. Okay. In Orlando. Actually in Colonial Town. So that was kind of cool. So now coming back to it, it's kind of cool to be actually down here to release it and everything.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
And LeRoy Brown's going to be joining us on Thursday night. He's going to be doing an opening set promoting the album at Sky 60. So you're definitely going to get to hear a lot of the tracks. Yeah, well, I'm gonna mix live. That's correct. I'm gonna run a lot of the tracks, and I'm gonna run. We're gonna be dancing too. Very cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And we're gonna hear a brand new track. What's the name of the first track? The first track we're gonna hear is called "Just to Stop," and that was this one's kind of cool because this kind of set the tone for how I wanted to do the LR Beat Suite. And I tracked this in an old warehouse space in Rochester, New York. This old, it overlooks a railroad yard that sits right there. And actually, I had a lot of grounding issues in there. So there was a lot of noise that we were getting. It was just a real raw place. Okay. So with the Just to Stop, it was kind of like a Just to Stop on the train line, Oh, nice. And originally there was some trains and stuff in there in the beginning, but didn't make the cut in the end, All right, so let's preview this track, and LeRoy Brown's going to join us momentarily again. We'll continue the interview, get to kind of pick his brain a little bit as far as his influences and whatnot. Definitely. Checking out another track from the LRB Suite, officially out now worldwide. All of the major digital distributors. Big ups. Let's give our man a hand with that. Appreciate that. Phenomenal. Yes, definitely. It's been a long road, long one. What's this track called? This is called Fallen Comrades. This is actually kind of a reflection on the family and ups and downs. Nice. Yeah. All good though. Did you do all the cuts? All good though now. Yep. That's me. Actually, shout out to Abdias Garcia out there. Did the bass parts on this too. Actually, this and the previous track we just heard, he did the bass on that as well.
and Lee Ritter from the Caltones. He did some guitar on a little bit on this one and a little bit on the last track.
Okay.
Well, second to last, actually. Come Again Soon is that one.
Very cool, very cool. And we got one more track coming up right after this. And this is from the LRB Suite, available now on Research Deluxe Records, all of your major digital distributors, iTunes, Best Buy,
Amazon,
Beatport, everything, eMusic, which is major.
Yeah,
major
it's big
one
time
now.
too. Everyone likes that.
So definitely go on there right now, pick it up. So what's in line? What's next for Research? What do you got planned?
Well, we got a lot of stuff in the works here. We got, when I was in Florida here, actually, that was kind of where the, seeds were laid for Research.
Right.
So over the course of the 3 years that I was here, I tracked about between like my own solo projects and like a few group projects, a small Caltones project. I did about almost 6 records worth of stuff. So you'll see all that coming up. I have the Students of Science. That was a collaboration between me and one of the guys from the Caltones, a little more on the electronic and experimental kind of beat tip. So that's pretty dope. Some more organic kind of instrumentation on that, as well as the chopped up MPC kind of stuff and all the goodies that we like,
Nice.
So I think that'll be coming up next. And then we got something coming up from another good friend of ours. Crates Anatomy. We got a Crates Anatomy record there. Be on the lookout for some more actually drum and bass kind of stuff we'll have coming up too this year. Trying to branch out and do whatever we like, you know?
Right.
Like the traditional kind of stuff, like straight up funk records, hip hop stuff, like sampled, chopped up, raw,
Caltones album.
Caltones album, yeah. Actually, we started recording that about a year ago.
Right.
And that's going to be more about an EP length.
Okay.
Probably about 6 tracks. Kind of an introduction to the group. And that's kind of I integrated myself a little bit differently than I would to anything else because I was just playing a small role,
Right.
I worked out to be more of like the engineering roles, and I, provided some of like the little bit of few sample parts here and there, chopped up some stuff, but just all integrated together in one nice little package,
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too.
A lot going on for Research Deluxe.
Yes, definitely.
Go get the brand new album, LRB Suite, produced by LeRoy Brown. Available now worldwide, everywhere. iTunes, Best Buy, Juno, Beatport, eMusic. Definitely go get it. Something I know I've asked you this before when you were last here. Something I asked everyone.
Yeah.
What would you say has influenced you the most as far as musically? Whether it's something you experienced, what you grew up with musically in the house.
Yeah. Well,
what influences you?
I'd have to say if I had to take it back to like where I think the first thing was kind of laid down for me that kind of set me in motion. I was around probably about 7, and my dad was a big vinyl enthusiast, and I always liked that because it was just kind of interesting. It was something different, So he had a lot of Jimi Hendrix stuff and a lot of Led Zeppelin records and a lot of just the kind of hard rock stuff of 60s and 70s. That was his main bag. So Jimi Hendrix was the first thing that really set it off for me. Are You Experienced?
Right.
And I was young. I was about 7 years old. But the whole vinyl element really, that's what turned me on, Getting it out, looking through stuff,
Yeah.
And it was kind of like I had to be real careful with it. And, he was like, if you're going to use it, be really careful with it.
Right.
I went on years and years then just kind of as a listener, as I grew up, kind of went and became a young teenager. I got into like, I started going out like in the party scene kind of thing. Seeing a lot of dance DJs, a lot of hip hop guys, just a lot of good live music. So that put me onto the more of like a performance element of it, or wanting to, create my own kind of stuff.
Right.
Seeing the integration of stuff that I kind of grew up listening to, like anything from classic rock stuff to even like disco kind of stuff, but chopped up into more like a current track, and I thought, wow, that's
what I want.
Nice. That's what I want to do.
Nice.
Yeah.